Alright, so what we're going to do now, tonight, we're going to make ourselves an ME system. And the first thing we're going to need is this quartz cutting knife. It takes 2 of the quartz crystals, a couple sticks, and some iron ingots. Fortunately, it's one that works with the redwood sticks, since I have so much redwood floating around. And as you can see, I've picked up a lot of other stuff here tonight, so let's find a spot to stick it all, which naturally is going to be an issue. Zombie heads. I'd put them with the rest of them if I knew where they were. Alright. Now the first thing we're going to need for our system is going to be a controller, because we need to control the system. We need flux crystals, a diamond, or I'm sorry, an advanced processor, flux crystals, and some iron. Well, this is pretty easy to make. Silicone and flux dust. How do I make flux dust? Wow. Oh, we've got the quartz, right? So we don't need to worry about that. Quartz dust. Oops. Okay, well that's a little pricier than normal. Oh! Well, that's probably the cheapest way to go. So we might have to set up our system to automatically build those. But we can still use the old smelting recipe by basically baking a advanced processor assembly into an advanced processor. And this isn't that bad to make. Alright, so we don't have a whole lot of quartz dust. Not as much as I would like. And I got a whole bunch of nether quartz hiding back in the other room. So, oops, I thought I could bake that. Let's try this. No, okay. Bake that. Yes. Silicone. Yay! Alright. As you can tell, I'm highly disorganized. I have stuff everywhere. I don't like that. I want to be somewhat organized. Since they take a little while to make, I'm just going to cook up a whole bunch of silicone, because I know I'm going to need some basic processors, which are the same basic recipe as the advanced, except they use the gold bar instead of a diamond. We're just going to make up a bunch of stuff here. Save ourselves a little bit of time later on. And we'll be back once that's done baking. Now, we're making the same basic processor assembly. We've got 10 of the diamond, or advanced processor assemblies. Now we're going to make 10 basic ones out of the gold ingot. Same recipe, except for the gold. Having done that, we now need to bake these. So we will throw these basic processor assemblies into this furnace. And we'll walk over here, and we'll throw the diamond ones in here. And then we will move on to making some flux crystals, which we make with little nether quartz, crystal quartz, Certus quartz rather, and redstone. Alright, well we got a bunch of that. What else can we use flux crystals for? Flux pearl, an energy cell, an ME controller. I don't know what this does. I don't know what this does. But this looks very interesting to me. Iron, glass, flux crystals. So what we will do... Oops, come over here. Those are still baking. What we will do is we will go... Oop, we need some glass. Glass. Iron, 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 iron. Flux, 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 flux. We'll make one and we'll find out what those are used for later on. Now let's go get ourselves... Oh, look at that. Diamond processors. And our gold processors. Processor. Flux, 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 flux. Iron. There's a little too much iron, but that's okay. Now we have an ME controller. Excellent. Me. What else do we need from the ME system? We're going to need a ME drive. ME drives are very useful. Chest, glass, iron. Hey, gold processors. Yeah, we really only needed one chest for our ME drive. So there we go. There's that. Chest. Glass, glass. I believe it was a processor. There's an iron. Look at that, ME drive. Alright, what else are we going to need? An access terminal. We definitely will need an access terminal. Crafting terminal. What's needed for the crafting terminal? Oh, hey, an access terminal. Ooh, storage cells. Okay. Storage. Alright, uncovered. Interesting. This can take a lot of flux dust. I'm just going to take nether quartz, and redstone. That's okay. I'm going to take that, and that, and that, and get myself all this flux dust. Now to make our ME cable, we just take some flux dust like that. And we take some glass, longs like so. And we get a bunch of ME cable. Now, we can put wool over this if we want to make it covered. Not going to bother. Seems like a waste of wool, to be honest. And, frankly, I have other steps to go through. Let's look at the access terminal. What do we need here? Well, we need ME cable. We have that. We need more glass. That's coming. We need... Wow. Let's try this. Okay, we're going to need a bunch of these. I know that from previous experience. So I'm just going to make all 8 of those. Oh no! I need more gold processors. Where did I put them? Here we go. I made 3 more just in case. Haha. So we'll just throw those in, let those burn. Always thinking ahead. Alright. Cable, glass. Okay, so there's glass. There's that. There's our cable. Now we need a little bit of iron. And now we have an access terminal. Excellent. Everybody needs an access terminal. But I really want a crafting terminal. So what do I need to make this? Oh. Redstone, quartz, and a basic processor. Good thing I have that. But if storage cells... Okay, so I need storage cells, and those are going to be the basis of... well, most everything. I'm going to need a bunch of those. I'm going to have to make some more basic processors here in a minute. But for the moment, I will just take what I can get and go. Okay, I need a crafting table. Oh no. Oh no, a crafting table. There we go. Hopefully this one will work. Crafting table. Access terminal. Storage cell. Glass, glass. I'm pretty sure it goes that way. Iron, iron, iron. Uh-oh. Crafting table 58. So here's the problem. Some of the crafting tables, i.e. this one, which you make with various kinds of wood, are not valid for some of the recipes. It knows the difference. Okay, that's a valid one for the recipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that one up for the moment. Put down the one that's not valid for the crafting recipe. Go crafting recipe, valid table, which seems really silly. But nonetheless, ME crafting terminal. There we go. So we now have an ME controller, an ME drive, an ME crafting terminal. Obviously, that's not enough. We need something to go in the ME drives. We'll be back in a little bit. What we're going to do is we're just going to go make some more chips and go track down some more redstone from the chests downstairs. The reason I want an ME system at this particular moment, if we come over here, here's my tesseract. This is getting in items from my quarry, right? So I've got deep storage here for sand and gravel and clay. I have a void pipe out at the actual quarry site sending out cobblestone, and unfortunately I also kicked out most of the clay. I'll explain why that's unfortunate later on. But as you can see, all these chests right here, 8 double chests and a single chest, all got a fair amount of stuff. I have pulled a lot of stuff out of these chests as it was running though. So we need the ME system to sort all that, because frankly, between those chests and these chests, I have no idea what I have and where. It's a problem. Now, we've got our drive, we've got our crafting terminal and our controller. We need a whole bunch of other stuff though. And what's important at this point, storage buses. There are 4 basic storage buses. The 1K, the 4K, 16K, 64K. Now, the difference in them is not the number of items they can store per se. It is, but it isn't. They can all store up to 63 different types of items. The difference is how much of each type they can store. The more types you have, the fewer they can store, etc., etc. There's this big, long math formula for it. Ideally, I would like 64K clusters, 64K storage, but it's not really practical. These things are expensive. You get a whole lot of repetitive deep dive in them, and they're extremely pricey. This little storage cell, this basic storage cell, is all it takes really to make a 1K storage, right? Now if you look at these, most of them, if I remember right, all follow the same basic pattern. They're taking the individual storage, I'm going to call it a storage chip, because that's really what it is. But the storage cluster, the storage cell, the storage block, the storage segments, okay, they all fall inside of this same little housing. If you pop them out, you'll get the empty storage cell housing, and then you can use the chip to make a larger chip. So I'm not too worried about starting out with a bunch of 1K chips. But in order to do that, I need these guys. Shift click. What am I missing? I'm not missing anything. I have the chips. I have... Well, I'm only going to get 2 with this, but that's okay. I guess, for the moment. Right? There we go. Now I have all these great little storage cells. If you're going to make larger chips, I highly suggest making the pre-formatter and formatting, telling the chips exactly what they can hold. And we'll get into that later. Not today, but later. For now, all I'm going to do is make a bunch of these guys. Which is why I have all this. Although I don't think I have enough iron. Come on, Dar. Where's the iron? This is why we need the system. I'm not going to worry about it then. Now we have the glass we need. And the redstone. Well, we don't have enough room in our inventory to make all of them, though. Way to go, Dar. But that's okay. Now the question becomes, where do we want to put this stuff? That's a little bit of a tougher question. Ideally, I would want to put it attached to a redstone energy cell. In the event that something happened to my boilers, it would be relatively safe on its own. And I need to put, eventually, attachments down here to it. So the best spot would appear, based on where everything is right now, is that wall, which is by the door. Much better. ME controller. Look at that. Tons of power. Alright, so we're going to put our crafting terminal right there next to it. Look at that. Now we have 7 units. Now, unless the math has changed, it is 5 units per MJ. So we're getting a really good conversion rate here. Doesn't take a whole lot. Later on, we are going to put a redstone energy cell right where that block is. I might do that off camera since I've built a couple redstone. Oh, no, the 2 I built, I made my mistake. I will later build that on camera, but not today. Alright, now, unfortunately, I want to put the drive right where this chest is. And it's not going to let me open up the chest, obviously, while I have this stuff over top of it. So I'm just going to break the chest and let everything fly all over. Yep, that's right. I just let everything go every which way. Now I am going to start loading in drives. There we go. I'm going to leave the priority at 1. That's fine. I got all these drives, right? So what do I do with that? Well, now I can open this up, and I can go, oh, good. Let's get this quartz in there. Let's get this in there. Let's get the iron. Let's just start getting stuff in there. Sand doesn't go in there. Cobblestone's not going to go in there. We won't put those in there. You know, we'll put that in there. We'll put that in there. There, sure, sure. Definitely. Why not? Yep. Version matrix, yep, yep. Book. And I don't want to put the enchanting book in there. Stone, not really. Energy cell, yeah. Diamond, sure, sure. Not really. Yeah, sure. No. No. Not if I can help it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll put it in there. Clay, we have a spot for that downstairs. So let's take a quick look at this. Look, we've got 39 different types of stuff in our ME system already. But it's not filling up a whole lot of space. As you can see, it's only using 426 of the 1024 bytes available. This is why I say for a lot of small things, a lot of low counts, you don't need big chips. You're better off with the smaller chips because it lets you hold more items and lower quantities. When you start talking about, oh, I'm going to have a couple thousand of this or a couple hundred, alright, then, you know, consider a larger chip. So let's put some more stuff in here, shall we? Let's put this in here, that. Yeah, oh yeah. I don't want to put the proven frame in. I have a spot that I'm storing all my B stuff upstairs. And the reason I don't want to put it in there right now is I just don't know how the wireless access terminal stuff is going to work there. And I just want to keep all this B stuff together. Oh, that doesn't belong in with the Bs. The rest of this B stuff. What's that? Yes, that's the dragon egg. This is where I hid it after we went to the end. Oh look, we're at 63, and now we're at 14 of 63. This is why we did it the way we did it. Look here, we got this. And it puts the pattern right in here for me. Well, I can now just pull these out. And oh, look, I ran out of redstone. And I can just put this stuff back in the system. And look at that. Add more, and I've increased how much stuff I can hold. We haven't filled this chip up in bytes use, but we filled it up in types. But if we put more items of that type in there, it will go onto this chip first. Same thing with this chip. We haven't even tapped this chip yet. It's just going to go down the line and try to fill the chips up. That takes care of all the chests up here. See that? All gone. We have this. We're using 13 units. 13 units, that's 3 MJ a tick to store all this stuff. And look, we still have more room. So all this stuff that's down here will easily go into that system. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Now, I'm not going to do that on camera. Sorry. But that's just going to be messy. But let's take a quick look here. Let's go wireless. What's it take to make a wireless? Well, it takes an access terminal and an energy cell. Oh, look at that! Wireless access point. What's this take? A flux pearl. Hey, an ender pearl. Alright, well, what do we have here? Well, we got some of these. So let's pull those out of here. We got some of this. Do we have any ender pearls in there? No. Do we have a stone? Look at that. We have our minimum stone. How about iron? Do we have iron? Look, we have some iron. Awesome. Let's just do this and get 1, 2 of these. And we'll send those back into the system. Well, I could put one of those there. Do that. Do that. Now, if I didn't have them in my... If I didn't just do that, I could take them straight out of the system. You can see it took some out of the system there. But look, now I have my flux pearl for my wireless access point piece. I need a stick and iron. Oh, wireless access receiver. How many of these am I going to need? I'm going to need apparently one there and one there, right? So I actually need 2 of these things. I need 2 flux pearls then. Well, then I'll just make 2 flux pearls. Alright, problem solved. Now I need a stick. I'm gonna actually need 2 sticks, right? 1, 2. This guy needs ME cable. Well, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just go. There we go. Now, I held down shift when I clicked the question mark and it pulled all the items into this for me. But it doesn't appear. That's because I clicked the wrong one. Shift click there. Alright, there we go. So we put our flux pearls there and hey, look, wireless receiver. 2 of them. Awesome. Let's just throw them in here. I need one of these. Shift click. Oh, I'm missing iron. I don't have enough iron? Oh, no, I do. I just didn't want to put the last one in. Right, and this takes... Oh, what's this take? Oh, I'm going to need some more iron. Let's have a quick look at this again. Energy cell. Well, we already made one of those. We need the iron, though, right? Throw the glass in there, too. This is kind of cool. We throw this in here. Wrong thing. We want to make the right one, right? We want this. Oh, look. We've got it. And I've got enough to make another one, apparently. So if I want to make another access terminal, I could. I'm not going to, but we could. Oh, well. We do this. And now we have that. So now we have our access terminal and our access point. So let's put our access point right here. And I assume that's for an expansion. And we can just take this and put it in here. And we need somehow to charge it. We'll be back in a few minutes after I figure that out because that's a new thing. Alright, so we can actually charge it with the U. I only got about 13K out of the charge. And since I want to leave that charging my armor, yeah. Right, so we will have to do something about getting more power for this. But, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a ME power relay. ME power relay. We need another one of the energy cells. but we make the enemy power relay, and it's my understanding that that actually will charge it. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Put those back in there. Just clear that out. Let's try that again. Take one of those. Excellent. Energy relay. Take that. Click the X to clear it. Ah, excellent. Put that right there. And look at that. It's gonna power that thing like there's no tomorrow. And it's using a ton of power that we don't have. But that's okay. It's filling this up. All our other machines right now, including our quarry, would be suffering, and rows who we're sending power to would not be getting any. But there we go. Now that's charged. And our energy units per tick is down to 14. And now we can open up this whole thing. Look at that. That's awesome. So the question is, how far away can I be when I open this? Let's go all the way up here. It used to only be about 16 blocks or so. Yeah, no single. So I will have to make some range boosters to boost its reach to, well, it used to be 32 blocks. Let's take a quick look. Wireless, there we go, wireless boosters. What are we missing? Iron! Our good friend Iron is missing. Oops. Oh, we made 26. I did not mean to make that many. But I'm okay with that. How many will it let me put in here? 16. So I can put 16 in there. And now if I go back up there. Look at that. Now I can reach it. Let's see what else we can take a look at. Vibration crystal. That might be kind of cool to make. Look, it needs an energy cell. A lot of these things need an energy cell, these handheld things. Singularity, matter ball, pearl. Okay, so I know these two are generated by a condenser, which is effectively a trash can for the ME system. So if you say, I'm getting in gravel, and you don't want gravel, you could send it to a condenser, and it will generate matter, a matter ball, or a singularity, or both. I don't know exactly how it works. I haven't played with it yet. It's relatively new. We will be taking a look at a lot of this stuff later on. We will be making some storage buses in the very near future, because we're going to hook up a Apier's chest to it to hold our bees. Okay, so I moved all the chests into the ME system. These are senior empty in case something happens to come in across the Tesseract. I forget, whatever. I didn't want anything to flow everywhere, so I have the abyssal stone going in here. Now I have gravel. This needs to get replaced with a diamond pipe later, and I will take care of that. Not right now. The rest of these are in okay shape, I guess. And I'm pretty happy with the way all this works, although I would like to do something with this. That is kind of something I would like to do first. We have oak. We do. Okay. Great. Just go across the top like that. One, two should be enough, I think. Now we'll just come over, yeah, here. And that takes care of that. This oak bookcase has a very nice and simple interface. Okay, if I right click on the bookcase while holding a book, I get the book put in. Let's try, right, so you can kind of target where you want the book to go in the bookcase. You can also right click on the bookcase, open it up, take the books out, etc., etc. And if you shift right click on the bookcase, you'll pop the book out. Very nice. This is actually two bookcases that are a half width of the block. They look pretty good. You can make them in a whole bunch of different styles. Look, jungle, balsa, cherry, chestnut, ebony. Types of wood that I didn't even know were out there in the game. You can make these. They're great for storing books. We set up a basic ME system. We put up some bookcases. Until next time, dig safe, my friends.